You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geek.io.
Hello, gentle listener. While Geek.io holds its talent to the highest standards, what follows will likely involve the sort of language usually reserved for sailors on leave. If you're of a delicate disposition, then perhaps you would consider a different podcast.
Hello and welcome, friends, to Exploding Dice, your Geek.io live play role-playing podcast. I am CJ, technically adept at rewriting dimensions in syntax. Your GM. Joining me, as always, are... Were those holes there all the time, or do you just develop them new, Josh?
I see what you did there, and I appreciate it.
We have... Do healing potions cure crushed ribs, Carrie?
Apparently they do. Hello.
We hope. X-rays have not been had yet. We have... Hey, he still has that headache. Jackie.
Ow.
And I'm going to say it very slowly so she can get back over to the microphone on time. Sit down and stop pacing and get to the microphone and stop knitting. Hey, there's Monica.
Hello. I just love just like this look that you give as you're just... I will never stop knitting.
Always be knitting.
Especially because I can look at you and still knit.
So, last time we had some fallout.
Yeah,
God,
we
I
did.
hope not. Nuclear shit is the last thing we need on top of time shenanigans.
Day's still early.
We find out it's a good thing that we decided to go see Elle's dad before he punched a hole in time and space.
Yeah.
For the sake of his baby girl.
Hell's dad may have went off the deep end a little bit. Just a little bit.
Still more sane than Jack's dad.
That's fair. Fair and accurate. Bleed research has went a long way.
Has it gone too far? The answer
Scientists
is
spent so long wondering if they could. They didn't stop to think whether or not they should.
This is it. They never think whether or not they should.
This is true. Is it don't care? It's science. It'll work out.
Well, that's why they're the Is It Guild. Is it my problem if this goes wrong?
So yeah, we met back up with Al's dad. He's fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is awry. Nothing is awry.
Yet.
Yeah. It was a pretty laid back episode. It was nice. Didn't have to kill anybody.
We unkilled someone.
Yeah. Time magic heals wounds. Or does it?
It regrows brains, apparently.
Or does it?
Well, given that he woke up and there was still brain goop everywhere.
That's fair.
Are you insinuating Zomboard?
Maybe.
First time he tries to channel divinity, he just explodes.
Oh, man.
Do you want Elle to punch a hole through the space-time continuum?
I mean,
It'd be pretty sweet.
It would be pretty cool. I mean, even I, the DM, who normally would think that would be a bad idea, be interesting to see what happens. See how much my imagination can be challenged. It'd be all right. I'm not sure there's ever been Tarrasques in Ravinca, but there's only one way to find out.
I'm sure there was.
At one time.
It's just like a Thresher Maw. There's always one.
God damn you, Jace. Oh, man. So we should get into playing the game, you guys, because Ral's Eric is waiting. And we'll get to that here after these messages for our podcast listeners. Stay tuned. All right. We're back. And the gates of reality have been split.
Dun, dun, dun.
Again.
So, yeah, you guys heard his dad asked, hey, you guys should probably go see Ral.
Yeah, I should probably tell him we're alive. Listen, Dad, after this, we're gonna have to go back to doing Gatewatch stuff, so try not to get pulled across any more bleeds, okay?
I'm going to try.
Well, I mean, if you go missing, then I have to go across to find you, and...
My zappers are over there. They're not going to go into my hands. They'll be all right for right now, I think.
And maybe increase security just in case.
He looks at the guns.
More of them.
He smiles.
And can you have them recognize my friends, please?
He glares at Jack.
Yeah.
It didn't shoot Zev. I don't know what the problem is.
He carried me here, like, super fast.
It didn't shoot Zev. I don't know what the problem is. Fine.
All right,
Maybe.
well, I guess I'll go get thrown out another window.
Can I shoot him one last time?
No!
Guns slowly rotate towards Jack. But it would provide research.
Elle does this thing where she kneels down on the ground so she's looking up at him and gives him just the big-eyed pleased stare.
He glares and pouts. Fine, I won't shoot him this time.
Thank you, Dad. She gives him a big hug again.
I make no promises for next time. My aiming technology may be a little wobbly. See you later, Jack. He's smiling during the entire thing.
Elle is still not sure what to make of this.
And yeah, there you go. That was super awkward.
As things tend to be when it comes to those two.
Yes.
Elle hasn't even finished the book yet.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, be glad that she hasn't finished it, because can you imagine if they were in that lab filled with weapons and Elle goes, by the way, Trevor gave me porn.
Oh, good. I've been looking for a reason to test out the orbital nuke.
Let's see what happens when
Time to liquidate the bank.
let's see what happens when bleed technology gets ingested.
So yeah, off to Uncle Raw's office, I guess. With Elle leading the way.
Because yeah, the changes they happen.
Yeah.
Chaos magic. It's a lovely thing.
Anytime Elle takes great pleasure in anytime someone looks askance at these very obvious members of very obviously other guilds. Like walking around with her, she just looks all smug. Bear with me. Kind of flounces the gatewatch ring a little bit.
Fair enough.
Like it almost looked like she's actively looking for people to question them, just so she gets to do it.
I mean, that's fair.
Katrine normally walks around with like authority anyway. Like she just has a presence. So she doesn't care if people question them.
And Z's used to everyone looking down at him.
They're also probably more used to you popping in and out of Elle's labs or Elle's dad's lab.
Between those two and every other person who I have to file charges and paperwork for.
Which is a lot.
Hey, Jack, you okay?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be? I mean, other than the holes in my chest, but you know.
Yeah, the holes is kind of what I was talking about.
Do you
That'll be
need me
fine.
to patch you up?
I could do it myself, but limited resources and whatnot.
Yeah, let me just take care of that for you, buddy. I will cast Cure Wounds at first level, so you get 1d8 hit points plus my Wisdom mod. So you get back 9 hit points.
Boop, 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 boop.
And yeah, off to the office.
The energy, by the way, Jackie, as you channel your divinity through, feels strange. It still goes through without any issue, but it feels different.
You okay, Z? What's up?
Yeah. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. This is fine.
Everything is fine here!
Also, I'm impressed nothing's on fire here yet.
I mean, you don't know that. All these lab doors are sealed.
This is
Does
true.
it need to be? Because I can just,
No.
that one's not hard. I can do that all day.
We should save that one for the doctor's lab. I bet he has lots of explosive stuff.
And through the changing corridors and chaos magic, finally you get to a point where the big, gaudy door of Ralzeric is there.
And Elle will knock on the door. Hi, it's me. I'm alive.
Come
So are the rest of
in.
us.
Door opens.
Goes in.
He is wearing glasses, and he pushes his glasses up and looks at you. What?
Hi.
What was that?
Time traps.
Great, there's time magic here now.
Yep.
Fantastic. I was hoping that would stay on other planes.
Speaking of other planes, there's someone here from another plane, and it's not my dad.
Oh, good. They're multiplying.
Yep, it's my brother this time. My little brother, but he's older than me.
Yeah.
Didn't know if I had one of those until like an hour ago.
Yeah. It's been a trip.
And he pinches the pinches the bridge of his nose.
Oh, if
Yeah.
to make it worse, I'm technically dead.
Huh.
Time magic.
That thing.
There's a lot to unpack there. You're awfully cavalier about having died.
Well, let's face it, no one really wants to die. But I died in the line of duty.
Yeah, you took like 2 of those squid things head on. It was pretty great.
Squid things.
Yeah, really nasty fucking little things, all purple and bald and got like tentacles like a squid hanging from their face. Those are the guys that ripped his brain out.
Oh, is that what happened to me?
It was disgusting. I would want to see that again.
Were there... Oh, no.
Kind of scaly-ish green guys with pointy ears. Yeah, those 2.
Yes. Son of a... Gith.
What?
Sir, the word you're looking for is bitch. Son of a bitch. Trust me, I use that one a lot.
So your brother, again, a lot to unpack there, isn't the only. The bleed is becoming strangely malleable.
Yeah, he said Ravnica's unraveling.
Unravelka.
It's those. So were they? Did they have powers similar to yours, Jack?
One of them did, which was kind of weird, but also kind of awesome because I've never fought somebody like me before. But it was a pretty pale imitation.
So he teleports behind you and shoves a needle in your neck and pops it out.
Fucking
Teleports back to his desk, squirts it out onto his desk, and starts like casting magic into it. Huh.
you could have asked. Hey,
Yes,
can I draw some
you
blood?
could have.
Ah, I see what we're doing. All right, I'll give you that one.
Looks like part of your makeup is Githyanki.
What?
Aren't those the guys from the northern part of the city?
No.
You know, the Yankees.
No.
No, I thought those guys were across the river.
This is actually serious. The professor has been experimenting with other races for far longer than we had thought. Where's Trevor?
He said he was going to go talk to his dad. He'd
Okay.
catch up.
Oh, good.
And then he poofed.
Fantastic.
So my dad gave you the message to shut down all the labs, right?
Yes, that was interesting. His research has come a long way.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared. If he's time traveling while Ravnica's falling apart,
It wouldn't be the first plane that I've seen crumble like that. We should go see Karn.
All right. Whoop.
I'm surprised Jack is the first person to be like, all right, cool, peace.
Right. Okay.
And he stands up and lightning teleports out.
guess that's our cue. Boop.
Waiting for the boop, Monica.
Boop.
Everybody else is all fancy for whatever reason. Just Katrine's is just all like in a minor key, just boop.
I just imagine that classic Windows error sound when it isn't letting you do something. Dong. Dong.
And yep, you are in your mile-high platform, and your giant golem friend is there. Yeah, and Raoul's there too.
Cool, you did make it in.
Not a lot of
I mean,
places.
I don't think maybe aren't going to stop him. He's pretty. Anyways,
Not a lot of places that could stop me if I wanted to come in there. Also, Raoul is a dear friend of mine. There is no reason that I would want to stop him from appearing here. He and I go far back.
your throat box, all right, man. You're reverbing less than usual. It's weird.
I think I'm on the wrong one. There we go. That's the right one. I got my Iron Man and my Karn mixed up.
So, El, do you want to tell Karn about the bleed and the technical aspects of the shenaniganry?
The technical version or the easy to understand version?
The version that will not have you pulling out a whiteboard and also having me to sit here for the next 10 days.
I am fairly sure that I will understand her technical terminology.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big metal man. Seems pretty sciencey.
So
I have
El will,
literally made planes.
So for brevity's sake, Elle will launch into a recap of their experience and their conversation with Phelan.
So, is that this wine tasting?
And about 3/4 of the way in, Trevor pops in.
Hey, Trevor! And she just keeps going.
Oh, good. We're here still. Excellent.
Just grab a chair. It's going to be a few more minutes.
And we're now still, which is really the important part.
And Karn looks down, looks up. I wish to disobey Jace's wishes for just a moment, if you will.
I like the
Allow
sound of
me.
this already.
I was instructed to not reveal this information until it is too late, unless it is too late, and I fear that we are approaching that quickly. You are not chosen at random. Each of you, including those who are not here, have the potential of a spark within you. This spark allows you to eventually ascend and become planeswalkers.
What?
Stops making the lightning dance between his fingers and... Oh, that kind of sparked the whole metaphorical potential thing. Got it.
No. Well, yes and no.
No, you mentioned that at the beginning.
I was instructed to not awaken you. Between the Githyanki appearing and apparently being here for some time and bleed coalescing, I fear that we need more on our side to fight, and, well, wars are happening everywhere, and I can't just summon other planeswalkers. I apologize ahead of time. This will hurt. And he walks over to... we'll go to Jack first, because he's the biggest. And Karn's about 20 feet tall. Looks down at you.
Roughly 3 times the size.
And holds his hand out over you. And I told you yes and no on being literal sparks. And a lightning bolt blasts out of his hand into Jack.
Holy fucking shit! Oh, what a rush.
And eventually it kind of coalesces into where his heart is and explodes out and then implodes into him.
Is there an easier way to do this?
Smooth!
He walks over to Katrine, ignoring Zav.
I guess not.
Hand over her head.
Katrine, like, braces herself.
Whoosh! It hurts so bad.
Great.
Thanks,
love
I hate it.
Yeah. I just love being in pain.
Oh yeah. It's to describe this, it's kind of like, I mean, because I've done both of these things in real life, being born and dying at the same time, as well as a feeling of almost extraplanar energy slamming into you. That one I haven't done in real life.
I was going to say, what have you been taking, sir?
We've been through this, Joshua.
Meanwhile, Jack's in the corner with the flask. Just
It's almost like, because you suddenly gain knowledge of the entire multiverse and every extraplanar plane of existence, the bypaths and the connections between them.
It's like that video of the cat getting its teeth brushed and its eyes go all wide, and all of a sudden it's the universe in the background and the Doctor Who theme starts playing.
Yes. Walks over to Zev. No. And then lightning bolts.
Oh, great. Oh, this is great.
This seems familiar.
Oh,
hurt again.
So,
my knees are hurting again. Great.
with Zev, it's interesting.
I've been to space before.
Now you can remember dying. And you can
Ow.
remember the feeling of the mind flayers flaying your mind.
Ow.
And your two timelines are coalescing now and forcing you together.
Ow.
Walks over to L. Hand over.
Oh.
Boom!
I imagine it's just knocking her flat on the ground.
Walks over to Trevor. Hand over his head. Looks up. Oh, shit. Boom!
Oh, that felt good.
He comes, when his comes, he has wings.
So, how come you didn't get any?
Yeah, where are my wings?
Oh. All
You
right.
guys are all late to the party.
His are angelic wings.
Z tries to look behind his back. Nope.
Oh, fuck. Damn it. Poof. Better.
Elle peeks over to, like, from where she's still lying on the ground.
He falls on his butt. Ow.
You know, my
Hurts like a
knees.
bitch, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think I'll take stiff knees over. Ow. As he looks over his shoulder.
You know, you say that, and there was for those brief few hours of not having any knee pain. What a shame.
Congratulations. You have all been... Your potential has been untapped, and you now are one step closer to becoming full-fledged planeswalkers.
What? I thought
Thank
that
you,
was the whole
What?
thing.
Guru.
Blinks a couple of times because everybody talked to him at once.
It was all a very collective, what the fuck do you mean we're not planeswalkers yet?
And one thank you, Super Kami Guru.
You shall call me Super Kami Guru. Jack! Jack!
I saw a bird. Kick its ass. Yes, sir.
Yes, you are both. You all technically have the ability to planeswalk at this point in time. However, doing so without proper supervision and training will most likely involve your death and or the death of the plane that you attempt to exist on.
That sounds terrible.
Raul looks, goes, I almost blew up about 3 different planes for futzing around and doing this without knowing what I was doing.
Only 3? Really?
Yeah, well,
Elle kind of grins over in Z's direction. Hey, Z.
Yeah.
Does this mean we have our planeswalkers learner's permits?
Yeah.
You got a form for that?
I'll write one.
I would imagine that this would be humorous.
It is.
I apologize for the pain. Normally, the ascension is more natural.
So, how is it naturally done?
Push-ups, sit-ups, and lots of milk.
every single day.
It is normally done through strength of will and your body, your mind, and your spirit all attuning to the multiverse naturally. It would have happened eventually.
Ah,
As long as you were performing tasks for the Gatewatch.
right.
Oh. Hey, I wonder if that means my dad'll become a planeswalker.
He too has the potential, but has not seeked to unlock it.
He might have if we hadn't come back when we did.
That is correct.
Right. Okay. Well, I hurt all over again.
Again, I honestly do apologize for this.
But hey, those are planeswalker knees now.
They can hurt on many different planes.
Great. It's all I ever wanted.
Oh, the places you'll go and the stairs you'll climb.
You're welcome. I can create a plane of stairs if you would like.
No.
As long as they go in a bunch of different directions, and so you're walking up one set and then down the other upside down.
But of course, my last name is Escher.
Or they could be the Mario stairs from Super Mario 64. We're not high enough level yet to get to the third Bowser.
So it
you
just keeps going.
Yeah, you perpetually go up the same 6 stairs over and over again. And then you come back down and it really...
More stairs!
So how do we become planeswalkers the rest of the way? She's just staring up at the ceiling at this point.
Sadly, there is no way to do that without actually attuning yourselves fully to the energy that is now roiling within inside of you. With this potential has come many new abilities that would have become... that would have come naturally to you over the course of time. But as time is literally of the essence, we have not had the opportunity to practice these. If you would like, we can allow you to practice these abilities so that you may come a little bit more accustomed to them.
How exactly do you expect us to do that?
I can punch you very hard. And then you can punch me back.
I can shoot the ceiling and see what happens.
I would strongly recommend against that. The ceiling did nothing to you.
Neither did you, except for this.
I don't know, man. Ceilings are always up to something.
I heard that was stairs. Speaking of stairs, the opportunity is there. We can do a, as you call it, a sparring match.
Except that you have a great advantage on us. And if you punch us, it's gonna hurt.
More or less than the pain that you just were dealing with. And more or less than an actual god facing you and attacking you and not holding back as I would be.
You know, I don't remember mentioning wanting to kill gods.
Yeah, I don't remember signing up for that.
It's kind of part and parcel for being a planeswalker.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool, to be perfectly honest.
Guys, do we have time for this?
I don't think we do.
I was gonna say, like, as much as I would like to, I could have sworn you said that time was of the essence, and you know.
We still need to find our friends.
Very well then.
Could use with a refresher, though.
Enjoy your untested powers.
I mean, if it works like everything else I can do, I'll just think about it real hard and it'll work.
Test Lifting things is my job.
I think I should have brought the safety goggles.
I got
The goggles,
mine.
they do nothing.
He walks back and sits back on his chair that he usually sits on.
It makes a little noise because he's docked.
Yes. Vroom.
Start seeing a little gauge fill up on his chest.
It was very low.
It actually says quick charge.
Charging rapidly, 28 minutes until complete.
Untapping.
That was a good
Changing phases.
And Carrie with the meta joke of the evening.
Right.
Best one. All right. Well, let's just get what we came here to do. Finish up.
Rawl
And
is
we'll
over
try.
talking to Trevor, and he spins around. You should probably make sure that you are properly armed before going out further.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I've already got 4. How many more arms do you want me to have?
All of them.
Trevor
Please
looks,
tell me Katrine laughed in character.
She does. She chuckles despite herself. She really tried not to laugh at that, but she can't help it.
Trevor looks down and all right, and holds up a watch and presses a button. Like he flips up his wrist of his coat, and there's a watch there, and he presses the top of it, and a
HERO.
door opens. Almost a split in the air opens up, and it opens like a door. Follow me.
Oh, look. More doors.
At least it's not stairs.
Yeah, that's true.
Fool, you think doors don't have stairs behind them? It's a fire escape.
I know better.
It's a fire escape from 150 stories up.
I mean, I'll be the rain falling on your fire escape.
On the
I
other
may
side,
not be the man you want me to, but I can be myself. How about you?
on the other side is Ashitai and a tall man, who looks a lot like Trevor.
Like,
Yeah.
like in a familial resemblance kind of way.
Oh yes,
Huh.
very much so.
Huh.
Except older and more distinguished, and has the adorable salt and pepper hair, like George Clooney-ish.
So I'm
old
going to
Trevor?
guess with the truncated version of the explanation, this is your dad, isn't it, Trevor?
Yes.
Hi,
yes,
Trevor's
yes.
dad.
Wait. Like, how old does Trevor look?
Trevor looks maybe 30s. Maybe.
Okay. So too young for Katrine, anyway.
Dad, on the other hand, looks about 40. Looks about 50-ish.
Looking like a snack.
Rawl comes behind you. Tomar, it's been too long. And Tomar looks up. Yes. Last time you were here, you promised me you would kiss me when you returned.
He looks over.
And he goes back, and
Oh, this is about to get real interesting.
they embrace, and Rawl begrudgingly gives him a kiss on the cheek. Yeah. Kiss me like you kiss your
Really need
mother.
some kind of device to capture an instant image, like a painting, really quickly.
You kiss me like you kiss your mother. Rawl goes, well,
Should we be watching this? I feel a little dirty, and not in the good way.
Trevor looks up and goes, remember how I said Uncle Rawl? Yeah, he's married to my dad.
Oh.
It's a lot easier than calling him Daddy Rawl, which is weird.
Yeah. All right. Hey, sure. As long as they're happy.
Look,
You
that's
two
not
need a
the,
minute.
What was that?
Like she's asking this. Al asked if they need a minute, but she's asking it like innocently, like, "Hey, do you want us to like turn around for a second?"
No, it's, if I'm not willing to show too much PDA towards my own mother, my husband is not much different. He squeezes Tomar's hand.
Okay.
Tomar looks up, goes, "All right. I was informed that you needed armaments."
Of a kind, yes.
Okay, seriously, 4 of them. Do you want me to look like a goddamn octopus?
You could.
It gets her
man.
every time. Every
I
single
could
time.
punch so much.
That was kind of the insinuation.
But then you would wobble around. You're really hard to pick up coffee cups, but you have to take your kids to school still.
That is fair.
It's very hard to control you, but it's very satisfying when you complete menial tasks.
Just as long as I can control my ink.
Aw, you made me eat.
Elle has that lost look on her face again.
And one of the arms is longer than the other.
Of course it is.
Tomar.
Okay, you lost me.
Tomar. All right, follow me then.
Well, you see a bit of marine biology. One of the tentacles on an octopus is actually its dick.
Huh. Didn't know that.
And
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
he turns around and, as you're saying these things, just begins walking. And
Yeah, Katrine follows. She doesn't want to be part of this conversation.
So does he.
Return of the marine biology trivia.
It's fine. Me as a person finds it very interesting. Katrine does not.
Yeah, neither does he.
goes down exits the door, goes down several other hallways, and eventually pops his way into another room that is obviously an armory.
Ooh.
Ah.
Oh.
I have a feeling you're going to hate my son for this, but please don't. I have been taking information from him about your unique abilities for some time. It is simply what we do.
I'm not surprised.
As well
I
you should.
can't really say I am either. No offense, but you look like the type.
We don't like owe you our souls or anything, do we?
No.
That's rare.
If for some reason my son had died in the way of doing this, however, that would be a different story entirely.
Oh, so you're not dead?
I haven't been dead.
I don't know. I thought with the wings you were some kind of angel or something.
Zev, did you get a feeling of, like, stuff together, like, bunch of...
We all got feelings of stuff.
There's
very
a reason
hurty
why
stuff.
I'm asking him directly.
Let's see. I remember a lot too much detail of my personal demise, which...
But you remember the whole of it, though, right?
Oh, yeah. I remember for a brief moment of sharp, agonizing pain, and then the world turned dark.
It's, I'm not going
Elle
to talk...
shudders and turns green.
I'm not going to talk further about this than my father, about when my father's around.
Just gonna take the nearest helmet, turn it upside down, hold it near L. Doesn't matter if it's like, a helmet command or whatever. Just, closest thing that resembles a bucket.
So, I've had my people develop some... Well, you'll see for yourselves as he snaps his fingers and a bunch of lackeys come in holding trunks.
The elephant guy still with us?
Yes.
So who's holding his?
You, if you pay him enough. We'll go to Katrine first. So, immediately as the trunk opens up, a stone flies out and smacks you in the head
Ow.
and begins floating around you.
Okay.
And
What is
you when it smacks you in the head and you feel this energy coming through you, and you feel like you feel better, you feel more capable, you feel extraordinary, like even more than having this flood of power go into you.
cool?
I feel fantastic.
That is a stone of mastery. It will allow you to be more proficient in, well, anything that you do.
Cool.
There is a pair of boots in there.
Let's get some shoes.
They're fashionably black and militaristic, just your type.
Perfect.
Just got the slightest chunk heel on them.
Exactly. Just got some good treads at the bottom so you can get through grass really good.
So I could really stomp people into the dirt.
Exactly. Those are, and he'll give you a in-game solution for this, but those are the boots of the vigilant. For those at home, while you wear these boots, you sense impending danger. After you roll initiative, you can choose to roll 1d8 and add it to your initiative roll. Once this ability is used, it cannot be used until the next dawn.
Constant vigilance.
There is hold on. Need to edit this out. Fucking Charlie horse. Ow.
There's an actual horse named Charlie in there.
Walk around a little, CJ. Best way to get rid of a Charlie horse is actually use the muscle, so walk around a little.
Ow.
I used to
It's gonna hurt, but
I use my thumbs, and if you rub really hard against the direction of the Charlie horse, it also helps too. Also, massaging in circles too, I found helps.
Ow. Okay. Thankfully, I can move my mic up here and continue. All right. So there is a black onyx rod in there as well with pointy bits at the end of it.
Oh, pointy bit.
Whoa.
It is... oh, go ahead.
She's very interested in this.
I'll bet she is.
And that, for our home players, is a rod of lordly might.
Oh.
It has a bunch of buttons at the bottom of it, too, that she can press, and it does...
Oh, it's got different functions. That's great.
So many different functions.
So many functions.
And it's definitely going to be a battle axe.
Cool.
She presses the button.
The button?
It is now a battle axe.
Yes. Oh, I see you're familiar.
Oh, that you definitely don't want to put that where I thought you could put that. Ow.
This is very sharp.
Very incredibly sharp.
She says, staring Jack directly in the eyes.
Elle just blinks.
Well,
Also in there are these cool black and white shackles.
New set of handcuffs. Good.
Yes.
Exactly what I need.
The dimensional shackles.
the shackles of fuck you, you go nowhere.
Yep.
I wonder who we can use those on.
Huh. Huh.
Huh.
And there's a box within the box.
A box.
And I put that box in another box, and I'll mail that box to myself. And when it arrives, I'll smash it with a hammer.
And the person holding it goes, would you mind taking the other box and opening it, please?
This trunk is rather heavy. It's like a Fantine.
I will stow the items that I have gotten out of the box to begin with, and then I will open the other box.
Out springs a scimitar, and it begins dancing wildly around you.
Ah, yes.
like pirouetting and begins just like slashing in the air. And
I'm a little bit jealous of its skills.
yes, it is better at being a scimitar than you were at wielding one.
Aw, well, good. I'm glad it's very good at being a scimitar.
It's being its best it.
It's living its best life.
Yes.
Slife. Oh,
It is very fluid and it's very pretty to look at. Like,
I mean, hey, if it's fluid, that's fantastic. However it chooses to identify.
you'll need to create a word to stop it and start it.
okay. I'll think of one.
Until you do, it will continue to do that.
Okay.
She just continues watching it.
For the first
Yeah.
time, Katrine
No, she-
seems giggly.
Yeah, she's just watching. This is entertaining for her.
That's for me, my puppet.
A goblin comes up to Zev, holding a trunk about the size as him. This is for you. He
Thanks.
opens it up, and another one of those stones, this one white, smacks you in the head.
Ow! As if my head doesn't hurt enough.
And begins floating around you, and you feel more in touch with your deity. You feel more in touch with your energy within. That is a stone of insight. It will assist you in your divine ways.
Thanks. Ow.
And there is a hilt.
It's a stone of insight. You think you would have saw that coming?
There's a hilt, a very intricate hilt with a button on it in there as well.
Okay, let's see. Not pointed in my direction.
Nobody in this party has sunlight sensitivity, do they?
Nope.
No.
So this white blade erupts out of this black hilt,
Yep, very glad I did not point it towards my face.
and it is
It's the middle of the day, man.
it is hot, and it is gloriously blazing white hot.
If only I could be so gloriously incandescent.
It's like I'm holding the sun in the palm of my hand.
Or, just a second, smaller sun.
Tomar looks at you. That is a enhanced sun blade, specially made.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you weren't kidding about a sun. Oh, jeez.
Those only belong to your highest echelon of angels. We reverse engineered their technology for you.
Well, I feel both partially insulted and also partially grateful to you at the same time.
There is a starred cloak inside of there as well.
Oh, okay.
And
Looks interesting.
he again gives you proper in-game determination on how to use this, but it is the cape of the Mountebank. Mountebank.
Game termination. That was last episode.
Mountebank. Mounty Bank. It's Canadian.
Mont Blanc.
This cape smells faintly of brimstone. While wearing it, you can use it to cast the Dimension Door spell as an action. This property of the cape can't be used again until the next dawn. When you disappear, you leave behind a cloud of smoke, and you appear in a similar cloud of smoke at your destination. This smoke slightly obscures your space, the space you left, and the space you appear in, and dissipates at the end of your turn. A light or stronger wind dispenses the smoke.
Oh, excellent. This will be
Bam.
super handy.
Yes, you are literally able to bamf. In there is also...
He's like a green nightcrawler.
I don't understand
Yes.
that meaning. There is about a hand, like the palm of your hand sized pearl in there as well.
All right.
It's kind of heavy when you pick it up.
Man, the size of the clam that made that.
Yeah.
Tells you that it is a pearl of power, that you can store magic inside of it. But if it is too strong of magic, there is a limit to its capability of holding.
Right. Gotcha.
Also,
Rummage.
and there's a little hat in there. I don't know exactly what a parapet is. I think it's a hat, isn't it?
No, a parapet is a
Little
usually it's like a
clasp
neck piece or a
Okay,
headpiece.
little claspy thingy. That's what I thought it was. I couldn't think if it was a hat or a little claspy thingy. So
It's a claspy thingy.
Attached to the cloak, when you attach it, there's a very intricate. It's the Orzhov symbol because fuck you, they're the Orzhov.
Branding.
Of course they are.
Gotta mark it somehow. And
Merchandising, where the real money for the game's made.
while you're wearing your cape, you will be completely unable to be harmed by diseases. The cold that you've been nursing for the last couple of weeks is gone suddenly.
Ah, that feels much better. My sinuses are gone.
I was honestly waiting for him to just start talking like Jackie for a moment.
Oh man, my throat feels fantastic. This is great.
I know, this is great. Feels great. I can it's like I can breathe.
Parapet of Nasex.
It's Mucinex.
A human comes up to L with another similar box.
Hi.
Hello, this is for you.
Be prepared for a stone to fly your face.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, no. So before she opens it, this is ours, right? No, like terms or anything.
Mostly.
She just looks at him.
Simply enough, save Ravinca and keep my son alive.
Okay.
That seems fair. That's
She
a
puts
fair
her
bargain.
hand on the latch and simultaneously lifts the latch and ducks.
It flies out and then flies into the back of your head.
Ow!
Well, you tried.
It begins floating around your head.
She actually starts spinning around trying to watch it.
That was very well done. I'd say and appropriate for what that stone actually does. That is a stone of intellect.
Ooh. And it's our colors.
Mostly.
Well, when I added it to my character sheet, it said blue and crimson, and that's Izzet colors.
There you
So,
go. All right. There is a staff in there as well. It looks kind of like the one that Mama Zarek held when she was walking around with you guys. Slightly less intricate, a few less cogs on there because they are going for your guys' aesthetic.
and scaled more for L, I'm guessing.
Not a 6 foot tall woman. And that is a staff of the Magi.
Ooh.
And though technically it's
Just as long as it's not the gift of one.
technically it's supposed to be sorcerer, warlock, wizard. Don't at me, people. My game, my rules.
Also, the fact that the artificer is still, unearthed arcana only, which means there is nothing that specifies the artificer class in its description.
Exactly. And believe in its original state, before it was an actual class, it was a wizard subclass anyway. So,
Yeah. I mean, they're a half caster, and they're flavored to be mostly wizard-esque, so they're half wizards, kind of.
yeah. And I have a feeling that Ashley is going to yell at me if I don't put this out there in word space.
But basically, like, and also, like, the artificer, like, relies on attuning items, and if I had to obey attunement by XYZ classes, I would not have access to almost any items.
Yeah, I'm very because they're not a class in all sense of the word by the books. So, and there's been nothing from the higher ups, the gods, saying otherwise. So, I saw that this could be. I basically was looking for wizard stuff for her and saw Staff of the Magi. There are also tiny little boots in there.
Ooh, they're so cute.
They look adorable. And informs you that they are the boots of speed. That you can basically... I mean, you kind of have Expeditious Retreat as a bonus action, basically.
Yeah.
Once per long rest. Well, once you've used it for 10 minutes.
But I could, like, use it for 5 minutes and turn it off and then use it for another 5.
Correct.
Couldn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then long rest.
Yes.
Nice.
And there's also a necklace that's really cool, like crystal beads all around it, but inside of those beads are little fireballs.
Ooh. See?
Oh, those totally explode, don't they?
They totally explode.
Very much so. Spectacularly, even.
It's gonna be awesome.
It is the necklace of fireballs, one of my favorite magic items.
Remember, licensed demolitionist.
I love the necklace of fireballs. It's so great.
Worry.
And then there's goggles in there. These goggles are white and black because most everything.
Those goggles do something.
Yes, these goggles actually have purpose. They have really cool, like, crystalline eyepieces. And they are the eyes of minute seeing. Or minute seeing, depending on how you read the English language. Fuck you, English language.
That's just if you have the quadruple shot espresso and then put these on.
Mm-hmm.
And Ashitai comes up to Jack, because he's the only person that can look him really in the eye. And holds open a trunk for him with his trunk, because I knew you were going to make the joke and I'm going to make it before you.
You get me, Ashitai. I appreciate that.
Duh, this is for you.
Jack lifts the lid and immediately headbutts the stone that comes
And
flying
it
out.
just flies right into his head too. Like,
Nice to meet you, you little son of a bitch.
roll damage. You rolled over 10 damage. It dies. And as it floats around your head, his chitin, like, becomes almost steel-like.
Ooh, shiny.
That is the Stone of Protection.
Nice.
And to answer your question, and I knew I would get these kind of questions from you, you may want to put on this belt. And there's a belt inside of there.
Elle is on the floor swapping out her shoes, by the way.
And as your muscles just grow and expand and veins begin popping out of the human parts of his arms.
Is he just JoJoing up in this joint?
100%. I totally gave Josh all of his things because he can only use so many. Absolutely, I knew he was going to want to JoJo the shit out of these, so I wanted the most showy, flashy bullshit things that I could give him.
Oh, that feels pretty good.
That is
Wait, hang on a second. Elle,
Yeah?
can I pick you up?
Yeah? She gets up and comes over to him.
Yeah.
Whee!
Like with his little finger, like with his index finger, picks you up. Like, or if he does it full
Jack
hand,
is
it's almost
stronger
too fast, and he almost throws you.
So now Jack is stronger than Katrine.
Yes.
That'll work.
If he had thrown her, she'd be okay with it. She'd just like let him catch her.
That's a dex check. He doesn't have those. He doesn't have great that.
The time of my life.
Roll a dex save.
Me or him?
Yes. No, I'm joking. Jesus,
Well,
of course.
he got an 18.
Fucking
Nat
course.
20, the advantage roll.
That is the Belt of Fire Giant Strength, which puts him at a 25 strength.
This is so awesome.
Grab hammer time.
I was gonna do the lesser one, but I'm like, it's not gonna put him on par with the other group, with the other party, even then. And Josh specifically asked me for one thing to make him be able to hit harder, so I wanted to make sure he could hit harder. He asked me for one thing, damn it, and I'm gonna give it to him.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But along with that, there is a ring in there. Oh yes, this will be
On the other middle finger.
Did he ever put Elle down, or is she just still chilling out up there?
I mean, with a 25 strength, you can probably hold her up with one crab hand.
yes.
So yeah, if he hasn't put her down, she's just chilling.
Still trying to
Get the
follow
legs a little.
stone as it flies around.
Yeah, pretty much. She's kicking her legs a little bit, and she looks like she's trying to figure out how to put the lenses, the minute seeing lenses, in some of the flippy lenses on the goggles that she has, so she can swap them in and out.
I wouldn't recommend that, dear.
Well, I can only have one pair on at a time.
Yes, wear the ones that I gave you. Says the guy who runs the bank.
Why don't you just attach them to the back of your current pair of goggles, and then you can just turn the goggles around when you need them.
I'd have to move the buckle placement. It might work.
So, as he puts it on, his arms begin, like, shocking with lightning. As he puts it on.
That's weird.
This is a ring of lightning, an enhanced ring of lightning strikes. And, +2 instead of +1 on that one. There's a hat in there. Looks pretty mundane over everything else. Let me do this one. So he turns into a blonde man with the hat still there. Giant jacked muscles and a purple muscle suit. Shrinks about 1.5 feet.
Whoa.
Where is Elle at this point? Is she in midair, or is she like on his shoulder?
Yeah, she's on his shoulder now, but he's much lower to the ground now.
I don't get it. What is the point of a hat that makes me look smaller? That's real.
Will allow you to get into places that you weren't previously able to due to your unique and known physiology.
Where the hell are my other arms?
They're still usable should you require them. Do as you
I could
constantly
punch somebody
say.
and they wouldn't see it.
Well, it might break the illusion a bit.
Oh, that's fair.
He kind of looks around a little until he finds the nearest thing in the room that could be, serviceable as something reflective, like a breastplate hanging on the wall or something like that. And it's like,
You look JoJo as fuck.
Or does he look Dio as fuck?
Yes. Dio with Josuke's hat.
You said blonde, so
Dio, yeah, and I also said purple. I got Josuke, and I fusion danced Josuke and Dio.
huh. So that's what it looks like to not be a monster.
I mean, you're not one anyway.
I gather you're going to be going into places that you may be known and thought you may enjoy not being known for a little bit.
Thanks.
Yes, well, anything to help increase the likelihood of success for the trying times ahead.
And he just kind of keeps staring into the reflection.
Trevor goes over,
turning his head this way and that.
Trevor goes over and looks at you and goes, "For the record, you were never a monster."
Aww.
Just unique looking. But that's not a bad thing.
Kind of looks over at Trevor and like starts to tilt his head down like he always does, and then just kind of look at us seeing eye to eye.
Yeah, it's frightening.
Got that one.
Suddenly Goofy breaks into the room and
Da, 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 da.
fucking love that song so much.
Suddenly Powerline concert.
Yes. And then there's one final ring in there.
You have another middle finger to put it on?
So help me God, and I know my son was going to do this. If you put this on your dick, so help me.
Yeah, we'll find some place to put it.
Do I want to do it? Do I want to do it?
So this is the ring of free action. You cannot be difficult terrain doesn't cost you any movement. In addition, you cannot have your speed reduced, nor can you be paralyzed or restrained.
Nice.
So that is your armament, and also your congratulations. You are level 16.
Yay!
That's,
Did you count those?
You missed 4 of them.
That's because he was mashing X too fast.
yeah, we're running kind of low on recording time here, so I leveled up everybody really quick. It's all good. You guys are
in the interest of time, you might say.
Yes, indeed.
Nah.
But yeah, and Trevor also gets a small box from his father. And
Step 1. Cut a hole in the box.
He tries to dodge out of the way too, and it like knocks his hat off and then smacks him upside the head and then does the other side too. Fucking son of a bitch.
This side's lopsided. Fix it.
You guys did this on purpose, didn't you?
Puts his hat back on. You all not going to like that, what I'm going to call this stone, but that is the stone of leadership.
That's the sound it makes.
Hitting the floor when he throws it.
Trevor looks at it and goes, Dad? Natural born leader. What can I say? Dad? I'm just kind of here. Just for the ride. Making sure he doesn't kill anything that's not supposed to be killed.
He's been doing a pretty good job of that lately, actually.
Yeah, you've been keeping us alive.
Your potential runs deeper than those. You'll find out in time. And in there also, he kind of picks up and puts on underneath his coat jacket a couple bracers and latches them up really quick and kind of summons his gun and does some cool gunplay. Not Gundam play, but, gunplay.
I got excited there for a second.
Yeah, quickly mix a robot.
So there's actually an episode of Build Fighters. I think it's Build Fighters Try.
Try harder.
These guys in the store, like, the kits fly off the shelves, pop open, all of the trees separate, and the Gundams just like assemble themselves by magic.
Nice.
In like a matter of seconds, and it's complete and total bullshit, and I was there for it.
Yeah, he's like doing some cool flips and stuff like that with his gun, and then
I'm just instantly reminded of that scene from Final Fantasy VIII where everybody gets their equipment back in the prison.
Yeah, kinda.
And it like zooms in on the character sprite for some stupid reason.
Because why the hell not? Because Final Fantasy VIII was underrated in stupidity.
It was fantastic other than the draw system.
Yeah. Literally the only thing I didn't like about that game. Like, now that I'm thinking back on it, literally the only thing I didn't like about that game. But yeah, so that is where we're going to end this recording. And
new toys.
Yep. So yeah, like I said, we have limited time to record, so hey, I have to do some DM shenaniganery.
Shenanigansery.
So this kind of all started with, we've had a document saying, hey, we want what I want everybody to have, and literally only 2 people put anything in there.
I mean, I did ask you for some stuff, but you already gave it to me.
And that's true. But two of you put endgame things in there, so I gave you your endgame things that you wanted.
Because sometimes you can always get what you want.
I had one more that I forgot to put in, but
yeah, the Justice Cat.
Justice Cat. Yep, that's fine.
Oh,
I have a plan for Justice Cat.
I can't guarantee it. I would have given you a Justice Cat.
I mean, Justice Cats are pretty fantastic. Have you seen them?
I could definitely take Summon Steed or whatever that spell is.
Well, I was gonna say you could have taken your magical item, be a wondrous figurine for a panther.
Oh, there we go. That's true.
But there's in the Ravinca book, there is, I forget what they're actually called because Monica and I just started calling them Justice Cats.
You're the Justice Cat. I want a Justice Kitten though.
Actually, if I remember, there was a Magic the Gathering card called Sanctuary Cat, and we used to call them Blue Eyes White Kitties because they had blue eyes, and they.
Yeah, apparently, like they're actually like partnered with like law enforcement people and help them detain prisoners and like detect bullshit.
Because the big ass cat, like scary big cat, gonna keep you from running away.
Yeah, and they develop like an actual psychic bond with their handler, and they're fucking cool, and they're Justice Cats.
Yep,
Justice Cats.
But yeah, so this is some stuff, and like I said, Josh asked me when we were at our local D&D game, says I just want to punch things harder. Like I'm good at everything else, I just want to punch things harder. So I'm like, yeah, I'll make Jack JoJo a bit. Super fast punchies and you may be thinking to yourselves, these are some pretty powerful things that you're giving them. And my response is, yes. Yes, they are. For no particular reason whatsoever.
Wink, wink.
No reason whatsoever why I gave them such strong things. Although, like, part of me wanted to give Jack a deck of many things.
Oh, God. I can just imagine him just being like, 52 pickup and throwing the entire deck.
Yep.
I think you can only
I have played games where someone was crazy enough to draw all the cards and see how the order of their demise.
The order of their demise. I love it.
Yeah, like literally, the game can end depending on if you get the wrong thing.
Yeah. Still need to have Elle work on getting the 2 goggles merged somehow. Because some of her flippy lenses are spellcasting animations for her other stuff.
See? Justice Cat.
Justice Cat.
Ah, yes. That is indeed a Justice Cat.
It is quite the Justice Cat.
It is a Philidar.
Oh, that's what. Oh yeah, Felidars. That's what they are.
The one.
Yeah, because
apparently some of them are born with wings.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again, there's the ones like, hey, you can grab the sun, which grants you 50,000 experience and a wondrous item. And then there's ones that you just die. Like, and I think there's one that ends the plane of existence you're on, though.
Challenge rating 5, large celestial, lawful neutral. Average of 93 hit points, 40-foot speed, 19 strength, 16 dex, 17 con, 10 int. So, cat's kind of dumb. I mean, average human intelligence, but still. 17 wisdom and 14 charisma.
Jesus.
It understands celestial and common, but can't speak. It's got true sight of 120 feet.
Yeah, I think that's why we had settled on asking for a Justice Kitten.
Yeah, because just like I wasn't going to give you a Krausis, Josh.
Although, to be fair,
he gets
one of my rank features for my guild
is a Crassus.
I have 19 minions that I can have make a Crassus for me.
It will die before it gets to you.
I mean, probably, but... My baby boy!
So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Greatly appreciate it. If you want to support this show and everything that we do on the Geek.io network, head over to patreon.com/geek.io. And if you want to chat with us anytime, day or night, go over to geek-io.net/discord. And if you combine the two of those things for as low as $1 a month, you get an ad-free master feed of everything that we work on here on the network. For all of us here, we love you. Be good to one another. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Justice Cat.
Justice Cat.
Justice Cat.
You have been listening to a Geek.io Media Network, LLC production. Would you like to convert that to pounds? Copyright 2019.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.